Alright. It's of course me, John Doe. You know who I am. And I really hope I know who you are too. So, let's get things started off right here. What are we drinking, eh? Well, today we're drinking another one of these pineapple chew highs. You should call it soju, I guess, kind of. Let's crack it open. As always, cheers, comrades. Let's have a drink, eh? Oh. Alright, so this is going to be a follow-up video to the last upload here on the second channel, Drinking with a Marxist. The reason I'm doing this one and bringing up this particular topic as a follow-up is because someone I know in the real world and someone I actually have a lot of respect for took issue with the idea of allowing people to speak freely regardless if their words may be offending or derogatory. You know, the whole thing of, you hurt my feelings when you say those things, so you can't say that. Okay. And this person, doesn't want to have open discussion about it. You know, there's that, right? Give your opinion. It must be absolute, and no one else can participate. That. Well, I really take no pleasure in saying this, but that is very, very reactionary. You know, and very, very unacceptable. Okay? Now let's get on to this point, right, of racial epitaphs. Now, of course, racial epitaphs are highly offensive and really hurt people's feelings, sometimes very deeply. You know, and it's really a dirty pool. But again, to simply say or make a policy or rule that you can't say those words because someone's feelings get hurt, you're being very metaphysical, and you're changing nothing about society. All you're doing is protecting your reactionary emotions. That's all you're doing. Your little emotions. It really does nothing to fundamentally change the systemic nature of racism within society. Now let me explain. Before you blow up, before you go off, listen. It's very good and healthy for society when people who do have racist sentiments in their heart or in their mind due to social constructs say and express racist opinions. Because we can identify who is actually racist at that point. We can identify exactly where the problem is much more clearly. Geography, culturally, and many other factors. We can pinpoint it. And then we can get a bit more scientific about dealing with the actual systemic problem of racism. It also opens up opportunities to have a discussion about it. You know, you see a lot of statistics about, police killing marginalized groups and getting away with it. You see a disproportionate amount of marginalized groups in prison. But because we have this thing we say, you can't say those words, what you've created is a weapon, an instrument for the racist to hide behind these policies and laws that you think are actually stopping racism, but you're actually promoting it more. You're making it stronger. And you're making it harder to actually identify. If you say, now, if you make this claim that, I'll make myself a bit more comfortable here. So if you make this claim that there's a highly disproportionate number of racially marginalized groups in prison, that's racist. No, it won't gonna work. It's because you've created a metaphysical situation. These people come right back at you and say, we're not racist. It's not our fault. Those neighborhoods are like that. You see? There's a clear example. You've given them a weapon. You've allowed systemic racism to hide behind not saying their true feelings and real opinion. They can use metaphysical things against you, metaphysical arguments. And you made it harder to defeat those. So it's very important to allow a society to practice combat liberalism. Now, if you don't know what that is, it's an aspect of Maoism, in which where all people must have a right to fully express themselves completely and be listened to completely and sincerely. And we have open discussions about things, and we work it out. We find out what the real problem is. But you can't do that. When you start saying you can't say racial epitaphs, that's so rude and so damn offensive. Hurts my feelings. I don't like it. Make me feel good. Don't say those such things. Have you stopped racism? No. You haven't. You haven't done jack shit to stop racism. Like I said, you give them a weapon. They can hide behind metaphysical arguments and excuses. Because you don't know if they're actually racist. We know, but we can't prove it. So go ahead. I say let them say all the racist things they want. Because then we can identify them much more clearly. And we'll know much more clearly where the problem exactly is and who is perpetuating it. And we can deal with it much more effectively. And all these statistics and facts will hold much more water in the fight to smash racism, a systemic racism from society. So I hope that clears things up. Hope you can understand a bit more now how this reactionary opinion of saying, you can't say those words, that's racist. You understand how that's a bad tactic? It doesn't work. So chew on that. Think about that. And of course, don't be so reactionary to me in the future. As always, you've been drinking with a Marxist.